Good afternoon, everyone. Today is the second session of reading module, and we discussed a number of things yesterday, and we are going to continue working on the reading again today. Yesterday, if I just quickly recap, yesterday we went through the basic aspects of reading, and we discussed what is the exam format, okay? And after discussing the exam format, we discussed what are the different types of academic reading module and general training module. All right. After that, we went to chapter one, which was orientating yourself to the text. Okay. I'm sure you all remember something which we did yesterday when we were talking about orientating. Okay, we discussed like a couple of questions that when you look at the text, what are the questions you should be asking? Okay, we discussed like there are 3 questions. Every time you look at the text or the article, you should ask 3 questions to yourself, right? Question 1, we discussed question 1. It's still on your screen. You can see that every time you look at the article, for example, this article, airheads, we discussed yesterday, and we also discussed the subheading. Every article has a heading and subheading. So when you look at the heading and the subheading, you must answer these questions. What will the article be about? Now, you didn't read the article, but just looking at the heading and then the subheading, you ask yourself, what will the article be about? What is the topic? Second question is, you ask what kind of person would be interested in this article? What will the article be about? Number 2, what kind of person would be interested? Third thing we discussed, what would you expect to read in the first paragraph? I mean, when the coming paragraph comes, what will be given in the first paragraph? Every time you have an article, you are doing it with me, or you are doing it on your own as a practice test, final test, answer these questions. These are the questions which should be in your mind all the time. Okay. After this one, we went further. We had few questions. Okay, just a minute. We also answered like 1 or 2 questions about the main idea. Okay, so most of the time, the main idea is given in the first line. So not all the time, but mostly the main idea is given in the first line of the passage, of the paragraph. Every paragraph has a main idea. If you look at the paragraph, you will get it. Sometimes it's not in the first sentence, but most of the time it's in the first. All right. Now remember these 3 questions. Okay, we are going to continue with the same questions here. Okay. After that, we answered these questions about pearly gems, and we also discussed the technique of skimming and scanning. When you are looking for a general idea or general statement or main idea, you look for skimming. And when you are looking for specific information, you go for scanning. Okay. And then we answer these questions, which I will not go in detail now. I'll move on. Okay, this is the text which we are going to discuss today, and we also discussed the vocab words. I requested all of you that ideally you should have your own vocabulary journal. So I'm sure you would have created your own reading journal, writing vocabulary journal on your mobile phones, on your laptops, on a piece of paper, in your exercise books, in your notebooks, whatever suits you. And I'll just quickly go through these these words. Maybe someone can help me in reading. We will just look at the words which we studied yesterday, because some of the students didn't join us yesterday, so it will be some kind of revision for others. So anyone who can volunteer himself or herself to read these words, you can raise your hand, and then I will allow you to unmute and read. Any volunteer? Muhammad Had. Yes, Muhammad. Muhammad, you can unmute yourself and read.
Overwhelmed, to be too much to deal with, overload and overburden.
Okay. The second word.
Discriminatingly,
Okay.
being able to see the difference between the reading passage.
Passages. Okay. Next word is skim.
Skim, to read or consider something quickly in order to understand the main point without studying it in detail.
All right. Thank you. Next one.
Scan, the act of looking at or through the text carefully or quickly.
Okay. Next one is
Accompanied by, followed by, to
accompanied by. Okay.
accompanied by, followed by, to get with someone or something or exist at the same time. Example, the course book are accompanied by 4 CDs.
The course books are accompanied by 4 CDs. Next one is descriptive writing.
A piece of writing that tells what something or someone is like.
Okay. Next one is discursive writing.
Discourse writing, a writing that involves discussion. There is some kind of argument in this kind of writing.
Okay. Next one is factual text.
Text based on facts.
Okay. Orientate.
Orientate, to make yourself familiar with someone or something or someone, or to adjust.
All right. Globe trotting.
The act of traveling to a lot of different countries.
Impale.
To spoil something or make it weaker or less effective.
Less effective. A long haul flight.
A long and difficult journey.
Peeled back.
To lift something away from the surface of something.
Okay. Minute.
Extremely small.
Translucent.
It is if an object or a substance is translucent, it is almost transparent.
If an object or a substance is translucent, it is almost transparent. Next one is ethereal.
Extremely light and delicate, as if not of this world.
Okay, next one is nacre.
A smooth, hard substance forming a layer inside the shell of some sea creatures. It is a shiny with different color and it is used to make buttons and for decoration.
Decoration, all right. Next one is muscle.
A small area creature that has a back shell with two parts that close tightly together.
Muscles can be eaten. En route. En route. The last word which we studied yesterday, that is en route, mean on the way to or from somewhere. Okay, I have already discussed all these words yesterday, so I'm not going to go in again in detail. So these are the words which we like went through in our yesterday's lecture. Please keep yourself muted, all of you. And we will move on to the next text which we are going to discuss today. Okay. Now, if you look at the text here, and again, when you look at the heading is Undersea World of Sound. And the subheading is snorts, clicks, groans, tune, into the long distance language of the ocean. Now, when you look at there is a picture as well. When you look at the topic and you look at the subheading, what do you think? What is the the article going to be about? Again, look at the questions which we had. What will the article be about? Okay, what kind of person would be interested in this article? And the third, what would you expect to read in the first paragraph? Look at these questions here and look at the topic and the subheading. Okay, the topic is undersea world of sound, and then the snorts. Snorts is an explosive sound by forcing air quickly up or down in the nose. Mean, like you see these dolphins and these sea creatures when they breathe, then this kind of sound is called snorts. Then there is another sound, clicks, groans. Groans is like we also make sometime when you feel sick or tired, you are groaning. Same sound coming in under the sea. So share the information, please. In your chat box, someone is already sharing. Umara says about aquatic world, okay. And Mohammed Had says about underwater creatures. That's great. So, what question one? What will the article be about? It's about underwater sound under sea. Wow, that's great, Sajjad. Well done. And what kind of person would be interested in this article? Please write down the answer. Who will be interested in this kind of article? Who would like to read this? Okay. Okay. Yes, Zishan. Zishan, you want to share your answers with me? You can.
Yes, sir. What answer you are asking about?
You can just say it or you can type it. Zishan, my question was, what kind of person would be interested in this article? When you look at the heading and subheading, someone says this is about marine science, this is about Navy and researcher, it's about sea creatures, it's about underwater. So what do you think? If you see this article, who would like to read it?
Sir, it can be a National Geographic, any researcher.
Researchers, okay. People who are studying marine life, okay. One who studies science and ocean, okay.
Okay.
All right. So someone is saying people who love to know about underwater creatures. Yes, Muhammad Had, very right. And Munir Kumar, one who studies science of oceans. Yes, that's fine. That's right. Okay. And number three, what would you expect to read in the first paragraph? What would you, okay, who familiar with sea life? All right, I don't know, that's fine. Now look at imagine the first paragraph. What would be coming in the first paragraph? When you look at the text, what do you think? What will be there in the first paragraph? What will you see in the first paragraph? Yes, Zishan, you want to share something? Go ahead. Creature under sea. Okay. Mariam says the first paragraph is creatures under sea. All right. Something about ocean, giving introduction about whales and dolphins, introduction, the beginning to the sea creatures under sea. Yes, all are right answers. Very well done. Okay, I will be showing you the first paragraph here, and now you can see whether your guess was right or wrong. But even before reading, you are familiar with the text now. Okay? Just like looking at the topic, the title, and the subheading, you are quite familiar with the text. Okay. Again, the topic is the undersea world of sound. Snorts, as I said, it's a kind of sound which you use when you breathe from your nose. Then clicks, another kind of clicking sound. Groans, like sound, some kind of sound. Tune, like rings or something. In the long distance language of the ocean. Now, what it's saying that under the sea, in the ocean, the language is not spoken. The language is heard through snorts, clicks, groans, tunes, and something like that. Okay. When you look at the first paragraph, the first one, that's A, it says, the vast ocean of the world are dark, deep, and mysterious, places where eyesight counts for little as soon as you venture very far beneath the surface. When you go under the sea, you venture mean you go on a journey or an activity which involves some kind of danger or risk. So when you go and deep down, the place is very mysterious. It's very strange. You will see so many things. Okay, it's like a complete world under the sea. So I just wanted to give you an idea that how the sounds, how can feel, and what is something, because the text is the same like the video about echolocation and undersea sound and all that. Okay, so the vast ocean of the world are dark, deep, and mysterious places where eyesight counts for little as soon as you venture very far beneath the surface. For humans who live in a world dominated by visual stimuli, okay, stimuli is a plural of stimulus, which means something that causes growth or activity. Okay. For humans who live in a world dominated by visual stimuli, to exist in such conditions would be impossible. The human beings concentrate more through their vision, not through their hearing. To exist in such conditions would be impossible. But for whales and dolphins that live in the ocean, or in the case of a few species, muddy rivers and estuaries, the darkness is unimportant. What is crucial to them is sound. Okay, so this is like the sound is the most important for them. You know, it's not like the visual things or the darkness or the light. The most important thing is the sound. And when we move on, gives us more information that I'm looking at now. Part C. Sound. Okay, I'm here. Let me just show you. It's here. Sound is an efficient way to transmit. Transmit means to transfer and sense information, especially as it travels 5 times faster through water than through air. If humans shout to someone, it is unlikely that they will be heard a kilometer away. But if a whale shouts in an ocean channel, another whale may hear it tens, if not hundreds of kilometers. Same thing, it was discussed in the video that undersea, under the water, the sound travels faster than we shout. Okay, next one is D. Whales and dolphins use sound in 2 ways: for communication and for echolocation. Okay, echolocation is from ecology, mean living together, finding the place to live together. So they use it for communication and for getting together. Dolphins, porpoises, and toothed whales communicate through a wide variety of high frequency sounds. The main method of communication is like the sounds. Pure tone, whistles, pulse quells, screams, or barks, generally at frequencies of 500 Hz to 220 kilo Hz, where a hertz is a cycle per second and a kilohertz 1,000. Now, mainly the text is dealing with these kilohertz and these frequencies. You shouldn't worry about if you don't know, if you're not much familiar with this, that's fine. Even without knowing everything, you will get all the answers. The last part is, but as well as using sounds to communicate, toothed whales and dolphins also rely on echolocation to learn about their immediate environment, including prey that might be lurking nearby. Lurking nearby mean like the prey is quite near somewhere. The producer, they produce intense short broadband pulses of sound in the ultrasonic range between 0.25 and 220 kilo Hz. These clicks are brief, typically less than 1 millisecond long, but they are repeated many times each second. Okay, so now what I want you, I have read it one time. I want you to silently, if you have the book with you on your screen, please read it from there. If you don't have it, look at this, my screen, and I'll give you like 50 seconds or 1 minute time to look at the text and read it one more time silently. Okay, and once you finish reading, give me thumbs up so that I'll have an idea that you have read the text, and we will move on to the questions. And once you finish reading, okay, I got it. Thank you, Dan. Please look at question number 9. Discuss what you have underlined with the partner, then write 2 sentences that summarizes the passage. Yes, this is what I need. I want you that just like in 2 sentences, I want you to summarize, write like what is the main point or what is the summary of this whole passage, which is about the undersea world of sound. How will you summarize it in 2 sentences? Once you finish reading, I want you to summarize the whole passage in 2 sentences. Write some 2 sentences which cover the whole thing. Okay, I'm also writing my 2 sentences, and let's see, we have the same kind of things or they are different. If you finish summarizing, please unmute yourself and read it. Read your 2 sentences. Maybe we can take 2 or 3 responses, and then I will also share my response with you. Okay, someone has already completed and he has shared it with me in the chat box. Okay, we are doing now question number 9. Yes, Sajjad, please unmute yourself and say your answer. So question number 9 now.
Sorry, yes, sir. There is a net problem. If there is, you have some issue, then tell me. My 2 sentences is the submarine animals are the undersea animals are submarine use echolocation to find their food, to find their way, and to find their path. But animals, human beings didn't use echolocation.
All right. Okay. I think it's quite close. Okay. It's quite close. Okay. Let me share. Okay. Khala, would you like to share your response with me, or let me share? Yeah. Okay. But what is something you wrote?
Oh goodness. 1 second. 1 second, please.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I wrote that, let me find back. Chat.
You can say it,
Um,
even you didn't write it, you can say it from your mind. What do
I
you
have
think?
it
What is the
in,
main idea? What is the main idea of this text? What is it about?
I have it written down in the chat, so I was just looking back for it. So
Ah, okay, okay.
sound, it says sound is used to send information.
Yeah.
And the other sentence says whales and dolphins use sounds in two main ways.
Thank you. I got your writing as well. Sound is used to send information. Whales and dolphins use sounds in two main. Yeah, actually, yeah. Then Munit Kumar says the passage discusses about the study of sound underwater and how water creatures communicate each other. Exactly right. It doesn't talk about humans, so Sajjad, you shouldn't add that part. Let me read what I have written. It is sound, not sight, that is important beneath the oceans. Sound travel much faster through water than through air, and whales and dolphins use it to communicate. This is something because mainly the first part of the passage talks about it is sound, not sight, that is important beneath the ocean. And in the second part, it talks mainly about sound. So it says sound travel much faster through water than through air, and whales and dolphins use it to communicate. So here, Carla, the last part is almost the same, the way you have explained. So I'm happy most of you have got the concept. Okay. Again, you don't need to know the meanings of each and every word. Nobody knows. Even there are a couple of words, even I don't know. I didn't study sciences about sounds and how sounds work. So that is not my area of specialization. But without even knowing everything, I can answer questions. Not a problem. Okay, thank you. Now we will move on to question number 10. I'm sure it will be very easy for you. And here I will also tell you something very important. Okay, question number 10 says, what is the writer's main purpose in this passage? Don't jump to the answer, please wait. Don't just jump to the answer. Wait, Muhammad Had, wait, just wait. What is the writer's main purpose in this passage? Okay, A, to explain the function of whale and dolphin sounds. B, to account for the development of underwater sounds. To compare the sounds made by whales and dolphins. D, to give the results of his studies on underwater sound. Okay. Now, this is like multiple choice questions. Every time you have a multiple choice question, whatever subject you are studying, whatever exam you have, I'm not talking about IELTS, I'm talking about any kind of exam at any stage. Even you are in primary school, middle school, high school, college, university, wherever you are, you have multiple choice question. Don't look for the answer. First, look for the part which you think is not close, which is not relevant, which is something the passage doesn't talk about. It's not closer, it's redundant. So just tell me first, which one do you think is not close? I'm not asking you to give me the answer. I'm asking you that which one do you think the passage doesn't talk about? I'm not asking you the answer. Tell me the one which you think is not close at all. Someone says B and C. Okay, again C. To compare the sound made by whales and dolphins. You are very right. There is no comparison. There is no comparison. So what we will do, we will cross out this C. We cross out C. C is not closed. Very well done. Now I want you to make another choice and tell me which one is not closed. Another one. Someone is saying B. B is not closed. Okay. Any other choice? B, again B. B says to account for the development of underwater sound. Did the writer tell us that how the sound system started? How was it in the past? How is it now? How will it be in future? It didn't talk about anything like that. So I will again cross B. Okay. Now I'm left with option A and option D. I have 2 questions left now. I have 50% chance to have the correct answer. I have 2 options now with me. Is it A or is it D? A says it explains the function of whale and dolphin sounds. The writer just explains how the sound of whales and dolphins, how it works, what is the function. And D says to give the result of his studies on underwater sound. He didn't give any result. To my mind, he didn't give result. Or maybe you think, yes, he gave results. So now I want you to make a final choice from A to D, because B is not a choice. You have crossed it. It's not closer. And D, C is not closer. You have 2 options, A or D. Make a choice, please. Okay. Yes, it is A. You all are right. It's A, because A is the one which is talking about the passage. The right answer is A here, because to explain the function of whale and dolphin sounds. So this is how every time you have multiple choice questions, because when you answer from 4, your chance of correction is 25%. 25%. But when you have 2 options left, you have 50%. So 50% is much better than 25, and you will have more chance that you will have the correct answer if you just cross out two answers which are not close. So this is a kind of technique which we use when we answer multiple choice questions. All right, we move on. Okay, we move on to the next question here. Okay, the next question is question number 11. Question number 11 says, okay, here is the question. The underworld, I'm looking at question number 11 now. So we will be answering this question. The undersea worlds of sound has 5 paragraphs. There are 5 paragraphs, A, B, C, D, E. Which paragraph contains the following information? A contrast between the speed of sound in and out of the ocean. So write down the word a contrast, and then write down the word a reference, because I will be going back to the passage, so you will not be able to see these words. You can write it down. Which paragraph is giving you a contrast between the speed of sound in and out of the ocean? I mean, how is the speed outside the ocean and how is the speed inside the ocean? Which one is more or less in the speed of the sound? Okay. Number 2, where you find there is a reference to how whale and dolphin noises can help them find food. A reference means you must find a word. You must find a word here. A reference means find a word, okay, or a sentence which tells you how whale and dolphin noises can help them find food. And C, where there is a description of what it is like under the sea. How is life under the sea? where you find the description, in which paragraph. And number 4, the names of a range of noises whales and dolphins make underwater. The names, different names of range of noises whales and dolphins make. And the last one, the various places where whales and dolphins can be found. Where can you find various places, the various places where you can find dolphins and whales? I'll be going back to the paragraph. So I'm sure you have written these questions now. Question 1 to 5. I will go back to the passage and you can see, if you don't have the book with you, and you can answer. It's here. Okay. All right. Now you can look at the passage. And first of all, I want you to answer the first question. I read the question. Say, when you type the answer, please write number 1. Number 1, a contrast between the speed of sound in and out of the ocean. What letter is the answer? Is it A, B, C, D, E? A contrast between the speed of sound in and out of the ocean. Yes, you are right. It's C. Most of you are writing the answer. It's C. It's C. Okay, move on to number 2. A reference to how whale and dolphin noises can help them find the food. So someone is saying to D, to E, okay? A reference to how whale and dolphin noises can help them find food. It's not D, it's E. Number 2, a reference to how whale and dolphin noises can help them find food. It's E. And number 3, a description of what it is like under the sea. What it is like under the sea. Which paragraph talks about that? Number 3. Yes, it is A. You are right. Kalla and Muhammad Hamza, very right. Shagufta, right. Iman. Aruna, right. Mariam, very right. Arij, thank you. Muhammad Mansha, very right. I'm happy you all are getting it. Okay, number 4. I'll move on. The names of the range of noises whales and dolphins make underwater. The names of range of noises whales and dolphins make underwater. Number 4. The names of a range of noises whales and dolphins make underwater. Yes. Muhammad Hamza is saying 4D. Yes. Arij 4D. Aruna, yes, D, right. Mariam, excellent. That's D. And Iman is yes, it's D. Thank you. That's great. Very well done. And the last one, various places whales and dolphins can be found. Various places, okay, where whales and dolphins can be found. Mariam, that's right. Iman, right. Muhammad Mansha, that's right answer. That's very right. The answer is B. Very well done. Arij, that's great. Aruna, all are right. So let me check again. 1C, 2E, 3A, 4D, 5B. All are right answers. Okay, so now we'll move on. Okay, just a minute. Let me see something here. I'll go down. If you look down the page, I'll show you here. If you look at the bottom of the page, there is a question number 12. We answered question number 11, and now we have question number 12. Question number 12 says, which keyword in the undersea world of sound helps you answer question 2 in exercise 11? Exercise 11, question 2 is a reference to how whale and dolphin noises can help them find food. So, can you give me a word which helps you to find the answer for this question? Which keyword? There is a word, okay, which gives the answer in question number 2, okay? Which keyword? Again, I say them find food. What is that word? Okay. Which keyword in the, okay? No, you are not getting it. Question number, wait, I'll show you the question here. Question number 2 says, question number 2 is here. Question number 2 is here. A reference to how whale and dolphin noises can help them find food. Carla, thank you. You got it. Okay. But can you just unmute yourself and explain how did you find the answers? As I see that most of the students couldn't find the answer. Can you just help them to find the answer? This is paragraph C. I'll take you to paragraph C. Paragraph C is here. Here is paragraph C. Carla, can you tell me how did you find the answer? Okay. It says here,
So by just looking at the word pray,
yeah,
and the meaning of the word pray,
yes,
is something that is hunted or killed for food.
That's right. Yeah, because it says the word is noises can help them find food. Prey is basically the food, right? So that this word goes with this one. Actually, sorry, this is not. This was E. This is the last one here, not the one up here. See here. Yes, including prey. Prey is here. Okay. Prey mean the food, because predator is the animal which attacks and prey is the one eaten by the predator. Okay. Like for example, lion is the predator and the deer is the prey. Okay. So this tells me this word prey is the answer for question number 12. Okay. Okay, my question is, now, this question which we have just answered, is it skimming or scanning? Did you scan it or did you skim that? The last question which you have answered now, did you skim or did you scan?
Skim.
Okay. Someone is saying skim, someone says scan. Skim is, yeah, Skim is when you look for general idea, and scan is when you look for specific thing. Okay. Which keyword? Now I'm asking you something very specific, that I need a word. I need an exact word. So what will you do? You cannot just have a look. You have to focus on the whole thing and go through it quickly, but go through the whole thing. So that is basically scanning. You scan that. Okay. Now, is there any questions so far? Because from here on, I'm going to take you to somewhere else from here. I'm going to discuss certain strategies about how to find the meanings of difficult words without looking in the dictionary. I'll not go into the next passage. I will be giving you some other strategies. But if there is any question about this undersea world of sound, how did you find this? Because maybe in the first you find it very difficult, but when you answered the questions, did you find it okay or overwhelming? Can you just say something in the chat? Or maybe one person can unmute himself and share his experience with me. Someone says 50-50, okay. Okay, something easy, not hard, manageable, okay. Kala says manageable, okay. That's fine. This is just the beginning, okay. It was moderate. Munit says it was moderate, okay. Thank you. Look, I will show you something else now. Okay, so just see, because I want to tell you, I want to guide you on certain things. Most of you from yesterday, most of you are talking about how can we develop our vocabulary, what books to study, where to study, how to study, and things like that. Okay. And before going to that, I forgot to discuss maybe 2 or 3 words which came in today's discussion. Okay. There were like 3 words. One word was, it came in the first paragraph, that was venture. I wrote these 3 words because these are the words which are coming again and again. The rest of the words are some specific words. Venture, it means a new activity, usually in business, that involves risk or uncertainty. That is called venture. I'm going to start a new business venture. Okay, I'm going to start something new, and it might be very risky. Next one is transmit, to broadcast something or to send out or carry signals using radio, television, or some other devices. That's called transmit, meaning transferring your sound or your voices. The last word is echolocation. Okay, it's like a number of words are put together to make this big word, and you can just break it and you will understand what is the exact meaning. It's a process in which animal finds their way in the dark by producing sound waves. A process in which animals find their way in the dark by producing sound waves to come together, to again to be together. That is called echolocation. Okay, mean echo is some kind of sound, and location mean the place where they want to get together, they want to be together. So if you break down the word sometime, you understand the meaning of the word. Echo means sound, location means the place.